Aether, the knight, the hero, the captain, the sage, the executioner, and the descender. These are all titles Aether has earned throughout his journey, but what happened to Aether before he came to the vat? And what other worlds did he and Lumine travel to? Well, today we'll go over everything we know about their backstory and do a bit of theorizing. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and let's jump straight into it. So, where did everyone's favorite traveler come from? Well, we know that Aether and Lumine lived in a different world, but we know something happened to that world, a calamity, something similar to Kanya. A darkness came that the people for years have been trying to stop from coming, but the world was over. There was no way that they could save this world, and so the rulers of this world, possibly Aether's parents, set them off on their journey across the stars to find a world suitable for them to live. Now, we know the primordial one created Teyvat, or changed Teyvat when it was inhabited by dragons. My theory is that the primordial one was the original creator of this world that Aether and Lumine came from, and it's possible that's why they have this light power. That this light power is the same light power that the primordial one used to change and form to bat alongside his shades, or her shades. So the Lumine and Aether would travel the stars until eventually they would both be captured or fall asleep, and then they would find their way into Vat. And that's it for the video. Make sure to subscribe and like, and I'll see all of you guys next time. See ya! No, we're actually not done yet. You see, even though we placed out the normal timeline of what happened and how they made it to the vat, I want to theorize more about the siblings' world, and I want to find out what their place in that world really was. From what we see, the siblings seem to be very skilled at swordsmanship. It makes me think that in this original world, they were royalty. It makes sense why Lumine fit in with the Karian so much, because it must have reminded her of her home so much. My theory is that they didn't just leave, they left their home to find a place to revive it. This is why Aether wants to gain everything he wants from Teyvat, to gain back his powers, and to keep going, so he can eventually come back to his homeworld and find a way to revive it from whatever calamity happened there. But this isn't what Lumine wants. Lumine found her place in Kanya, and she wants to stay there. But what is it that Aether is trying to revive, that Aether is trying to protect? Well, from a small amount of do know about their home, it seemed to be a beautiful place. It seemed like some type of celestial planet that was filled with light. Just how we see in Teyvat, every land has the archons and the different types of elements. It's possible that Aether's and Lumine's homeworld also has something like this, and this also proves my theory that the primordial one actually came from this planet. Because you see, the reason why that I think the traveler can touch these elements without using a vision is that they have mates of the light power, the original power where all the elements of Teyvat came from. If the primordial one did create Teyvat and did create the elements using the light element from Aether's planet, it makes sense that Aether would be able to be able to communicate with the statues and be able to gain the different elements without having to use a vision. And that eventually gaining the power, all the powers the primordial one had, he will be able to gain back his light power and become almost like the primordial one. I think the primordial one is actually a line of people. Well, maybe not as actually like a line, but more like a family or a clan, in that the light power is passed on from generation to generation, and those people are kind of like the royals in the society. It seems like this world was also very technologized advanced, because we know they were trying to figure out a way to stop this calamity, but they couldn't stop it, and eventually it did end up coming and destroying Aether and Lumine's land, or world, which had they live in the first place. Let's talk about the light power. Now, we talked about it briefly over to other sections in the video, but I want to go in depth. I want to really think about what this light power is. I think it is indeed something that came from the primordial one, and I think it is the power of creation. Now I'm getting some straight Ninjago stuff right here. We got creation, we got destruction right here. What is this? Are we what's gonna appear? Now we gotta have the first Senjutsu master and Genshin now? Not yet. Now back on topic, if this is the power of creation, and if Aether does go across all different nations, getting different elemental powers and stuff, and eventually does gain this light power and becomes almost like a god, I believe Aether will have to be the one to save the primordial one, because this heavenly principle seems extremely powerful, and whoever's currently in the big Celestia right now doesn't seem to be the original people that created this world. It's just they seem to be extremely powerful, probably even more power than the primordial one himself, because they literally took out the twins in a couple seconds. This girl is super powerful. I think that when they lead their war against Destiny, once Aether does save Lumine, go check out this video right here if you want to learn more about that. When Aether does save Lumine, they'll also find the primordial one. But that is the end of today's theory. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. This video could obviously have a part 2. If you guys showed enough support on this video, I might do another part 2, because we could totally talk about the primordial one, how he created Teyvat. That is definitely an amazing video that I could totally do soon. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Subscribe and like. I'm trying to regain my subscribers that I have on my second channel. So try and get me to 100 subscribers, and I'll see all you guys next time. May the Animal Archon bless you.